Alright guys, today we are going to go over my Traxxas Revo 3.3, kinda. So, this is your typical Traxxas Revo. It does have some things we'll go over here in a second, hence that red box in there, we'll get to that. So, stock, these things start as a 3.3, same deal that's in the Traxxas Nitro Slash, same motor in there. I went over that. If you guys are interested in the video, it's the previous one. It goes over basic upgrades, you know, blah blah blah. Don't mind the dogs, they're being wild. Oh, battery's done. I'm gonna do a review on these batteries as well. They are a Amazon 4S 6500 milliamp hour at 120C. It's two of them for 75 bucks. So we'll go over that and see how they do. So I got this body with all those blue parts. It was with that, I think it's a Red Cat Volcano. I'm not sure. It was an old kit or old car, a bunch of parts. Same with that frame. Same with this. So I paid 50 bucks for this. The blue stuff, that was all a car. And then that one, that was all a car. Now, I've already done some stuff to it. It's got the newer Revo wheelie bar. This is an older car that didn't fit as perfectly as I'd hoped. It didn't have any motor mounts, or body mounts, I should say, in here. So that had just so happened to have a like a universal thread in the hole type deal. So those are on there. So let's get to the goodies. So this isn't a 3.3 anymore. It's all electric. It has a Traxxas VXL 4S speed controller and fan that I got from work for free because the wire, the servo wire or the receiver wire was actually broken. It was out of a Max, I believe it was out of a Traxxas Max. And well, y'all settle down. Sorry about that. So the guy ended up getting a new one. I saw this in the trash and I'm like, well, I could probably fix it. It just so happened I could. So got a basic like universal battery tray. I think it's mainly made for maybe a SC10, SCX10. I'm not 100% sure. I'll store all the links to everything in the description if I remember. So these normally have a 14 millimeter hex. I upgraded to the Traxxas 17 mil just so I can run a wider variety of these bigger wheels. Speaking of these wheels, these are Amazon cheap. I think it was like 50 bucks for all four of these wheels. I ran it one time on 3S. I liked them. They grip. The thing just power wheelies no matter what. So I'll post these down in the link down below. They are a little narrower than like the stock Revo tire. Here's one of them. You can see it's just a little bit narrower, roughly the same height. These have a lot more offset, so the old one stuck in probably around about there. They were super sucked in. These have a lot more offset. They look a lot better, especially with this body. I did notice earlier yesterday, I believe, this thing actually has the Traxxas long travel kit for the Revo already on. It does have the dual servos. They're not the same right now. I believe this one's the 275X, same as the steering servo in the Slash. And then this one's just a 2055 stock. I believe it's a 2055. Somewhere in here I know I got one. Guess not. But yeah, I believe it's a 2055, your typical stock cheap servo. For now, eventually I want to get another set of these. That's on my crawler. I meant to do a video on this. I just had to replace the front axle shafts. I ended up getting an extra pair just in case. So maybe later on down the road we'll do one. We'll see. I do have a bumper for it, which for the Red Cat Everest 10 does not have one, so maybe I'll do a video trying to modify that to fit. Anyway, sorry for sidetracking so much. We'll get back to the main car of the video. So like I said, Traxxas VXL 4S speed controller, Traxxas 275 or 2075X servo, and a 2055. The 2055 is mainly there just for a little support. We got these Amazon cheap wheels and the Traxxas 17mm hexes in there. Now, we will go spin this thing around without knocking anything over, hopefully. So, the motor mount. You may be thinking, well, if it's a nitro, how did you get it to work? So this is a Integrity, however you want to say it. Same brand as the shocks on the Slash, if you've seen that video. They make a Revo 3.3 and a Slayer Pro, which uses the same suspension setup and has a Nitro 3.3. The Slayer Pro is just a four-wheel drive Nitro Slash. Will y'all settle down? This is what I deal with. Anyway, so it comes with the motor mount, and it comes with two different pinions. Right now I have a 13 on it, and it comes with, I believe, is a, let's see if you can see it, 14 tooth. It is a 14 and 13 tooth pinion. It's mod 1 pitch to match with the stock spur gear, which I actually just replaced this because I stripped mine out the other day messing around. I had not this one specifically, but it was on there. It broke the motor shaft, but it's the 3.1 or whatever millimeter shaft, and those are the 5mm shaft. And of course I didn't have my adapters for it yet, so I was messing around. I made a spacer out of like a soda can, and it ended up stripping out this. Not a big deal. I got an extra one for like $1 or $2. It's a 40 tooth to a 13. Now, to do the electric conversion on these, you need to pull the transmission apart, which you'll be tearing apart everything anyway. Might as well pull it out real quick. You have to lock it into second gear, and there's something else inside. I forget exactly what you had to do. There's plenty of videos on it. You have to, there's like your main gear in here. It has like a one-way bearing. You had to take that apart, take one piece out. It's like a spacer deal. And then you had to kind of bend up the, it's got like a spring, kind of like a clutch on the nitro stuff. Kind of has something like that. So you pry that out, and then you kind of pinch the metal ends together to kind of get it to not go back inside. And then what I did was I drilled through the gear. Like if you look up the video of people doing it, I drilled through the gear and put I think an M3 nut and bolt on it, just to make sure it never ends up getting loose. I have seen people do 2 or 3 bolts. I only did the one just to make it a little easier. So yeah, lock it in a second. You gotta lock it out fully. So it's always in high gear now. The motor, this is also another Amazon deal that I'm trying out. I think it was like $50 for the motor. It's a 3674 size at 2250 kV, 4-pole brushless. So far the thing, it's torquey, and I ran it for, I don't know, 20 minutes outside a little bit ago. Didn't get hot. So we'll see how this does. I'll throw a link in the description on this as well. I'm not 100% sure if I have these leads correct, because this uses the Traxxas the 6.5 mil like bullet connector type deal, and then these are the 4 mil. So I got 6.5 to 4 mil adapters. So I mean, there's nothing really to try with those. They work, so I'm happy with that. Like I said, Revo wheelie bar. It's got, long travel all around. I do want to eventually get different shocks. I noticed one's like a GTR shock, and then this one's got like a stock shaft. I don't know what that's about. And same up front, so maybe that's a replacement at one time. I mean, the thing's peppy. I will throw a battery in here if I can find one. Let's see which magical battery I get out the bag. 2S? Yeah, whatever. It'll work for showing purposes, you know. This doesn't have the Traxxas receiver either. When I got these 3 cars, it came with a, I believe it was either an ECX Torment or a Team Associated car. I'm not really exactly sure which one it was. I feel like it might have been a Team Associated just because it had all Team Associated drivetrain parts. So that's where, I don't even know what I did with it. Oh, that's where this motor came from. It's a great motor. I got it in another car that my dad uses. It's the Team Associated Trophy Rat, and it's a fun car. Handles 3S just fine. Let's get this plugged in. Oh, good enough for setup. So as you can see, receiver or the ESC works perfectly. Grab this handy dandy red cat remote, kind of a big thing. RC2R2C is the remote part number. So steering response, not super fast, but on carpet it's alright. Got decent torque. Now hopefully this thing doesn't try to launch everywhere. Give it just a little bit of throttle. This is just on 2S, just so you remember. I mean, can't get any better than that. I mean, thing's a blast, you know. I might end up putting the 14 tooth in. I noticed it's a little on the slower side, but man, it's got the torque. So, for right now, we'll rock up the 13 tooth, throw a 4S in it, which I'm excited to do. So yeah, that's my Revo, Revo 3.3 conversion. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Electric Revo 3.3 or E-Revo. I don't know. I guess it's technically an E-Revo. Or if you kind of think about it with the suspension setup, it's kind of a Summit now. Kind of. But yeah, that's my Revo. If you guys want me to do a video on any of these cars, let me know. That's just a cheap UDI 4-wheel drive drift car. Nitro Slash already has a video. Red Cat, Everest 10. I could do a video on that. It's got some goodies done to it. It's covered in dirt right now, but we could do a video on that if interested. And then this is a old Kyosho Nitro touring car that I did a body for. Don't know, kind of see up in there. Just a nitro car, no big deal. If you guys are interested in anything else, like tools, like preferred tools for RC hobby, what all to do. I also have, I forget about these ones. I have a HPI Savage X down here, as you can see, and then this one I may do a video on soon. These are both my dad's I'm working on. Both nitro. That's 4.6 or 5.8 or whatever. I can't remember if that has the 4.6 in it or the 5.8 or 5.6, whatever. And that one's got, you know, whichever one, vice versa. This is a old XTM Mammoth. I believe either the ST or just the Mammoth. My dad crashed it into his camper, so now the control arms are all messed up. He has some coming. Had to find them on eBay, scrounge around for who knows how long. So once he gets those, maybe we'll do a video on it. That one still needs a list of parts. It needs all the like brake rotors, drive shafts. Something's going on with the motor. It does not want to run anymore, so I had to figure that out. That one's all ready to go. I believe that one does have the 4.6 on it, now thinking about it. which honestly I should swap that to that. Not a big deal. I could do that later. If you want like any guides or anything, I will do a review on these batteries for sure, and this motor a little later on. Maybe if I remember, I'll get some running footage of this. Right now it's let's see, 10:20 at night, so we could do a running video later on. If you guys are interested, just leave it down in the comments of the Revo, I guess, and we could go from there. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.